Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and today Shiva Yerman is going to fulfill his lifelong dream and check out the surface of Ike. Now, this is all for roleplay. We have unlocked all the tech tree. This is just a reason to go to Ike and complete the Ike contract, really. That's the main thing it's for. And I've got my contract set up to convert stuff into rep, because I lost a lot of rep when I killed those drones. Who knew? People cared about the drones. But yeah, so we're taking this guy to Ike. We're going to land him. We're going to do a little bit of science there, and then we're going to come back to the base. That's the plan, and if that doesn't take too long, we're also going to complete the second ground base, I should say, on Minmus building station in order to see how that works. And 23. I'm surprised it's going to take this long, but I guess the ship is full of fuel, so it's not as small as you think it is. There we go. That actually is looking really good. That's going to get us a nice, tight Ike encounter, pretty much where we wanted it to be. Maybe a little bit more. That looks pretty good. So we'll get this guy in orbit around Ike, and then we'll find the spot to land. So, the next thing to happen, though, is actually our launch pad. So tell you what, let's go ahead and see if we can complete this launch pad construction, and I'll show it to you. And these guys are actually working through the night. They have built up a rocket parts surplus here. So they're just cruising along and building, and we're almost ready to go. Oh, we ran out of rocket parts. We got to wait for the sun to rise. But I figured out what well, I didn't figure out. The creator of the extraplanetary launch pads mod, let's see, close this alarm because it's going to be a while before this happens. Yeah, the creator of this mod told me what I did wrong. And I've actually, with my help, I would like to add, he's changing the GUI for this thing to make it a little more clear. Because basically I didn't understand what was going on. And the main problem with that is the mod wasn't telling me what was going on. There were two pads there. One pad didn't exist. There was no valid build sites on it, and that's why it was saying, where do you want it built, boss? And that was actually the way the mod tells you that if you try to build something, you're going to have trouble. It wasn't obvious to me, so I tried to build it, and it made explosions happen. If I had started the build on pad 1, which was actually that base, then it would have been able to have been built on that. However, I didn't start it on pad 1. I started it on pad 0. So the only thing I could have done was, whoa, why are you coming straight? That is not acceptable. I'm sorry. That is not acceptable to me. Don't worry, Shiva. That was a game bug. I think it was probably because I was time warping when you came through the sphere of influence boundary. But yeah, I don't accept that, so we're going to reload the last quick save. Okay, Shiva, you woke up in a panic on your way to Ike, and didn't realize, you thought, oh my god, what if I go through the sphere of influence in time warp? So you decided to pay extra attention to what would happen when you went through the sphere of influence change, because you don't want to die. Like you would have in your dream. Okay, you are in Ike's sphere of influence. You are ready to take your EVA report. Hop back in and take your crew report, and we're going to transmit that and complete part of our contract on Ike. At least I thought we would. Not sure why we didn't complete part of the contract on Ike. Let's find out here. Explore Ike. Achieve orbit, transmit or recover scientific data from space around it. We just did that. Unless we're not around Ike. Maybe we're just not around Ike and I don't know it. In space high over Ike's Midlands, and we transmitted data. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. Let's go ahead. Okay, auto-collect is on, so let's review our stored data. Let's go ahead and just transmit. Some of that has to be valid for Ike. Yeah, I got no clue. Okay. I love this game. Okay, let's make sure now that you're not going to crash into Ike. And that is correct. We are not. Our periapsis is a very high 30. So we are ready to come on down here. Do a crew report. Transmit that. Now that's got to be... Oh, no comms devices. That's why we can't... That's why we're not transmitting any data. Okay, I just don't know how to read the screen. Okay. Score 1 for the game. Game, you win this round. Don't let it go to your head, though. And we are in orbit. We're in a pretty nice orbit. 19 by 43. Not the best orbit we've ever had, but not the worst. Now, around here, we're going to bring this guy down for a landing somewhere on the Duna and Sun side, which is basically what this is. I would kind of like to land near the edge of the dark area, just for the fun of it, because I've always landed like in the dark area or in the light area. I've never landed on the edge. That's really the only reason. So let's go ahead and bring up trajectories, see where it's going to go. Want to aim for it kind of here-ish. I think this is a pretty good spot, like right around here. So we can come down anywhere on this edge and be good. Okay, do a quick burn here. Make sure it's about right. That looks perfect to me. Now, right around here, we are going to add a maneuver just to stop us. It says we're going to land right here, which should be perfect. This maneuver is a minute-long burn, which can be interesting. Go ahead and bring our landing gear down. So we're all ready to land on Ike when the time comes. We have already completed part of our contract because we don't have to transmit the stuff to get in orbit around it and to land on it. So we're going to complete those. And I'm wondering when we get back to the base, which has a transmitter, if we'll be able to transmit the data that we collected from Ike. Oh, look at that. Okay, just had to get a screenshot there. Let's look at the CVA report while we're here. Okay, now, I'm not going to quick save here. Actually, I am going to quick save here, but that's just for if there's a game crash or something. I've got a new mod installed. It's called Memory something or other. I don't remember. But it tells me we're at 3.152 meg. And as long as this thing is white, I know I don't have to save and exit the game. But just in case the act of landing on Ike causes the game to crash because I'm running out of memory, Shiva gets to try again. However, if I crash and die, Shiva, you're dead. Yeah, this is actually going to be super easy. Just get in surface mode and come on down. Duna's a little bit higher in the sky than I wanted, but the sun's nice and high in the sky, or the sun is actually nice and sideways in the sky if the ground isn't quite so dark. I'm going to bleed off, get down to about 70 meters per second here, just so it's more manageable. I think TMS is back on the station. He's talking you through this. He's telling you not to worry. Things are going fine. He's telling you get yourself lined up so that you're straight up and down. He's telling you got plenty of fuel. You don't need to worry about wasting it. We are almost 30 seconds from landing, we'll say. I'm going to turn off the HUD so it doesn't screw us up. We're just using the nav ball completely here. We are going 50 meters per second, so when we get down to 20 seconds impact time, we're going to hit the gas and get us down to about 20 meters per second. There we go. We're going a little bit sideways, not a big deal. Looks to be kind of a slope. Again, not a big deal. Just slowly bleeding off velocity as we come down very slowly. We got ourselves going exactly vertical now. We're still 20 seconds from impact, which is a lot of time. We need to bleed off a little more speed, so I'm pushing the throttle. There's our shadow. It's a little bit darker than I'm used to. I'm wondering if I didn't turn up the ambient for you guys. There we go. Okay, 12 meters per second. Things are looking great. I have no fears. backed off the throttle just a little bit so that we don't slow to a stop here. Now I'm bringing it back up because I'd like to be going under 7 meters per second when we hit the ground. Basically hovering. Brought the throttle down. And very nice landing. Easy as pie. Do your crew report. Let's go ahead and do this EVA report. Very nice. Store those in the pod. I guess we can take the surface sample from here. Will it let you plant the flag? It will not let you plant the flag. Okay. So let's test out that gravity here. It's enough to break your legs. Sorry about that. But you're fine. You're fine. Let's go ahead and review the surface sample here. The white soil has a powdery texture and clumps together. We're in Ike's Midlands. Let's go ahead and plant your flag. Get your experience for whatever reason that gives you. And we're going to leave this flag here because it is the first landing on Ike. Shiva Yerman, I believe that's your name. Yes, Shiva Yerman. Okay, you're not supposed to do that. Not gonna lie. It bothers me a little bit that you can't get in your ladder on the first try. Do not break the solar panels. The nearest supply run is about 1.5 years away. Okay. Climb up the ladder and get back in. Okay, good. Now, we just have to take off and get back to the base. So we're going to take off to the east, like we always do, which is up on the Namval. We're going to turn ourselves very strongly to the east here. Right about like that should be fine. We're going to get our apoapsis up to about 20. And then at that apoapsis, we can turn trajectories off because we don't care about that anymore. At our apoapsis, we'll get our periapsis up to about 20. There we go, 21 by 19. That's perfectly fine by me. Okay, and now it's just burn probably next orbit to bring ourselves back down to Duna. That's actually very good. We should probably burn north a bit. I guess we can't. Whatever we do is going to be wrong. So we'll fix it once we're out of the sphere of influence. We might do 2 orbits just to get this going right. This guy's orbiting at 56, so 60 is perfect for the periapsis. So what we'll do is we'll come back out here. We'll set this guy as our target. And then when we're here, after our first orbit, we'll fix our descending node, then we'll come back down and aero brake down if we need to. A little bit technical, but I'm pretty sure Shiva can handle it. Okay, meanwhile at our extraplanetary launch pad base, we are just a few minutes from completing our build, so I can show that to you. Okay, we are going to close this alarm, and we are going to finalize this build, and it's going to put it, there's a stake in the ground out here somewhere, 50 meters away to the north. I think it's right there. I can't quite click on it because it's so far away. But let's go ahead and finalize this build. Let's go ahead and hit F5. And then let's go ahead and finalize this build. Bam! Here it is. This crazy looking base. Now here's the funny part. This is going to complete a contract if I know how things work. Once we have maintained stability for 10 seconds. Oh, build a new outpost that has power, an antenna, and a docking port. It has power. Right here. And an antenna. You can't really see it, but on this docking port is a solar panel and the antenna. Yeah, see, there's the solar panel. I'm wondering if because the solar panel isn't in the sun, if I'm not getting that power. But it had that on... Please note that this must be a new outpost built for the agency after the contract is accepted. I did that. Maybe you have to launch it from Kerbin. That kind of sucks. But oh well. We tried. We learned. The important thing is we now have a base that we can launch big ships from, and it shouldn't have all the problems that the other base had. And we've also got these recycling bins that we should be able to fairly easily get stuff in there to recycle them. That's going to be kind of fun to figure out, but we'll figure it out. Okay, meanwhile on Duna, we should have about a 12-second burn or so, I think. Oh, 6-second burn, okay. We're mostly just making sure that the periapsis around Duna does roughly what it says it would do. Should be about there, should be good. This periapsis is at 68. That's basically perfect. Now, we're going to go all the way around to this descending node, which we actually have to leave the sphere of influence first. Let's go ahead and do that. Bye-bye, Ike. There's our first landing spot. We'll go down in Kerbal history, Shiva, as the first Kerbal to land on Ike. And you didn't even explode, except for that dream. Be at our descending node, and we want to go up a lot. 0.0. Okay, now if we slow down a little bit as well, what's our current periapsis planned to be? 114, and we want it to be closer to, 116. Actually aim this at Duna. We do want to slow down just a little bit. I'm going to use precise node for that. Oh, look at that. Look how close that is. I think we're going to just try for that. Okay, meanwhile, just to show you what's going on here, we have a ship that we just left Kerbin's Sphere of Influence on. This is the ship that brought up I believe the original failed base up to Minmus. It had a double duty, though, because it's bringing Ankro, Nathan, Voltaion, Marindel, and Alexander back to Kerbin after leaving Kerbin's Sphere of Influence. Oh, we just left Minmus' Sphere of Influence. We haven't left Kerbin's Sphere of Influence yet. That's in 30 days. So we actually don't have anything to do with these guys for quite a while. So we can go back to the Duna Fuel Lifter. But they're leaving Kerbin's Sphere of Influence, then they're going to come back and land. And I'm going to show you that landing because this is a crazy looking ship if you saw it. But that's in the future. Okay, meanwhile, this guy, he has a good maneuver node now. That's going to get him a 3-ish kilometer difference with no ascending node for a mere 63 meters per second, and I, for one, think that's worth it. It's in 2 hours because we're just orbiting around Duna once. Might as well get a view of Duna as we swing by. Yeah, I accepted these contracts actually by accident. Because I have a mod installed that allows you to hit A to accept or X to decline contracts as you come across them. And I hit A thinking I was hitting X, which was kind of stupid of me, but what are you going to do? Okay, and if we now delete this thing, check out our approach here. 1 kilometer. It's better than we predicted. I think I'm awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and add a near approach. Let's do 2 minutes before, just so we have enough time to slow ourselves down. And when we're right here, we basically are going to want to burn roughly just down. And then a little bit like this to align ourselves. So that's basically going to do it. 314 meters per second. It is 1/10 of the fuel we have. So I'm not even going to bother aero braking. We're just going to do it. We don't actually need this maneuver node, though, because we're going to do all the matching by target. So I'm just going to delete it. And as usual, it's the next thing to happen. So let's go ahead and get Shiva back to base. Chasing Ike around here. Okay, we are heading straight at him, which is fine by me. We could just do it the easy way here, considering we're only going to be a kilometer away. 324 meters per second is about 1/10 of this. 1/10 of 2 minutes is 12 seconds. Sounds completely... Actually, that sounds about right, to be honest. 12 seconds. And we're going to do it like this. Get ourselves heading towards this guy again. There we go. We're about in the physics window. We are still traveling a very fast 165 meters per second relative to the station, which is enough to be concerned. But not enough to be super worried. Now we're going 60, which is much slower. I'm just watching this. When we get to about 500 or so, I'm going to hit the gas again. Slow us down to about 25. Oh yeah, things are looking good. You're doing a very good job, Shiva. We're at 200. Get us down to about 10 meters per second. Now we're just going to coast in very, very slowly and come to a stop and figure out which docking port we're going to come in on. Probably just the one that's right here. Let's set this guy as our target. Let's control from here. Now, one thing you don't have is any monoprop, but I don't think you need to worry about that too much. We're just going to come to a stop right as the station comes sideways here. There we go. Dead stop. Let's get ourselves aimed correctly. Time to get into chase mode here. Now we're going to use the very little amount of monoprop we have to line us up. Probably should have had that on. Okay. We're just going to monoprop ourselves like this and like this. We've got 6 point something meters per second left, so I don't want to use too much. It feels like we're not coming in right, but apparently we are. I'm slowing down a little bit. We are coming in really fast. And we didn't dock. We bounced. That's just because there's a new guy at the controls. Okay, turn off fine controls. Let's burn a little bit of monoprop here. I'm not sure why I sucked at that so bad. I'm blaming the new guy. Okay, we're bringing the docking port back up before I get heading towards it again because we're so close. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. It'll probably be obvious in post, but just didn't work the way I was expecting it to. There we go. Now we're pushing everything in the right direction. I'm trying to use monoprop sparingly because I've only got 5 units left. But yeah, we're pushing this towards this, and we should be good. What do you expect out of a new guy? A non-pilot, I should say, really is the main thing. Shiva's a scientist. TMS can only tell him so much of what to do while he's bringing things. At least he didn't break any solar panels or anything. Turn off monoprop. Turn off the computer. We are docked. And it's even dark. We don't care. So we are ready to go back down and pick up a new run of fuel and bring it up. And I think it's a good thing to do right now. One of you has to hop out. I think Shiva. Oh, that's the other thing we wanted to do. We want to... how much... We don't really have that much electric charge here. Let's go ahead and loop ourselves around to the daylight side here. Get ourselves in the sun, and then we are going to... all the data's in here. So we are going to review stored data. Above Ike's Eastern Mountain Ridge, if we transmit this, we should complete the contract for that. Yes, we did. Crew report from Ike's Midlands. Okay, this should be on the surface. Let's go ahead and transmit this. And that completes the Ike contract. There we go. So now if we do this, we're going to say delete that. And you notice I'm converting a lot of stuff to rep because I want my rep to get really high. Because that's really all I care about now is maxing my rep out, and then I'm going to convert everything into science or into money from that point on. Unless, of course, I kill more people, then I'll need to convert more into rep. So I don't really care about transmitting the rest of this stuff, so let's just keep it all. And the next thing to happen is I guess we can get you guys back down onto the surface, which is, it seems like the sun is rising. So Shiva, hop on out. TMS, go ahead and, where are you? You're in this thing. So you need to transfer yourself into here. Now, Shiva, you need to let go. You need to back away without breaking the solar panels. Who knew the number one priority in any space program would be not breaking the solar panels? Okay, that should get me a pretty close encounter with the base here. Just going to burn it a little bit more so that we come down right on top. And then it's all about getting into the atmosphere now. And this is the last time you'll see this. This has now become a milk run, unless I blow up the ship here, obviously. But this is no longer a mission that matters as far as the you watching it is concerned. Once we've proven that we can do this a couple times, I don't feel the need to prove it to you that I'm doing it. But the next thing that we're going to be doing here is we need to start planning our Jewel ship. The ship that's going to go from Kerbin to Jewel, and hopefully it's going to be the first time that we're actually going to be sending a ship from Kerbin to Jewel from Minmus, not actually launching it from Kerbin, which will be nice. So it's probably going to be a pretty big ship. And it's going to be one of the crowning achievements of this playthrough. It feels like we just started, but we're actually making it quite a ways through here. The ship I send to Jewel is going to have all the stuff that we need. Let's see how this looks here. We could be better. If we turn this way, like that. That's better. We are not going to do an EVA report. We don't want TMS to die. And now I'm going to hit the chutes. They don't do very much on Duna, but they should do enough to slow him down here. And the engines can do the rest, as they did last time. Whoa, crazy time, crazy time. We're all fine here. Okay, we've passed the base. I think we did this before. I'm having trouble reconciling what I see on the nav ball. Okay, we are coming in fast, so I'm going to hit the gas here. That's why we have a powerful engine on this thing, because we do not want to be at the whim of our parachutes here for most of it. The parachutes are just to give the engines a lot of help. And they did. Okay. Now, our target is... let's see. That is north. So our target is to the west, which is 270. See? Look at that. If I was smart, I would have repacked the chutes before starting this endeavor. We do have almost a grand of Delta V in the tank, so I'm not that concerned. Oh boy, why am I watching the HUD and not the nav ball, and why do I even have the HUD up? Okay, let's land this guy. Get our bearings again. Okay. Again, it's to the west. Which is why I'm heading east on the nav ball. Gotta remember the air actually slows you down horizontally. Okay, this is looking better. No, you are not falling over. Okay, we are 39 meters away, which is close but not close enough. So one more little hop here. Yeah, I think target mode is no longer important. We want surface mode. Okay, our target is sadly kind of cockamamie with us here. It is really hard. I'm trying to do this without the vertical velocity thing. And I don't know why except for pride, to be honest. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, we are getting scarily close to running out of fuel here. So I think we're going to land. We've used up half of our fuel. We almost crashed the ship. Whew. Okay. 300 meters away, we are going to get Sparty Loha out here. Do your job, Sparty. Let's go ahead and... I just thought of this. We don't have any pylons, do we? We did not think to bring any pylons with us, which was probably stupid. Oh, you're right there. you were right there. Okay, let's... Can you repack the chutes? Okay, yes you can. That's good. You have enough experience from your trip to Minmus to repack parachutes, because that makes sense. Actually, you've repacked the chutes before, so I knew that you had the experience to do that. Okay, now you can head back to your ship. Or your base, I should say. That somebody mentioned it. It looked a lot like a bug, and it does. I like it. Why didn't you slow down faster? Now that you have parachutes, you should be slightly more easy to control. Now, we do want to go east this time. And south. I need to hit the brakes for the parachutes. That's right. And I still screwed it up. I am terrible at this game. I should have just accepted it and put on that that thing. It's a lot harder to land close to where you want to be than it appears to be. We might be stuck here until we can get an extraplanetary launch pads base going and drill for some ore and build ourselves a car. Well, I'm glad we did the Ike thing when we did. I'm gonna cut this here. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later. Great news, everyone. A really quick addendum to this. I, for the fun of it, moved the solar panel onto the side so it was in the sun. This guy started getting electric charge. If you look here on this thing, he's slowly gaining. And guess what I got? I got the contract for building a new surface outpost on Minmus. So the existence of a solar panel is not enough. You have to actually be gaining electric charge for this thing to complete. The important thing is I did complete him, which is awesome.